You want us to leave?
End it. Go. Leave.
G'day peeps and welcome back to Smithfield Paranormal. We're out again on the road. We're going to a private residence to do an investigation. One of our paranormal investigators guests, Pauline, actually knows these people, so she's going to get us to come around. And also, of course, we're joined by the lovely, adorable Christine.
Hey guys, how you going?
So we're just going to hit the road and go and pick up Pauline, and then we're going to head out. So we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
A few moments later.
And with us this time we have our friend Pauline.
Hello.
Pauline is the actual person who organised this investigation tonight, and she's going to help us out, help the people out to try and remove whatever's there or find out what's there in the beginning, and seeing what we can do to help. So we should be there in a few more minutes, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Okay guys, bye for now.
Yeah, my name is Shari Cass.
Shari, can you tell us what's been happening in your house to disturb you and throw you out of kilter a little bit?
Yeah, so I moved out. I bought this house late December last year, and my son and I moved in January, second week of January, into this house. Not long after that, we've noticed little things that have been happening. We haven't really communicated with each other about it, but I've been hearing things like drop on the floor, noises that just didn't seem right, mostly at night. So I spoke to my son about it one evening, and he was telling me that he saw a dark figure in his room that was darker than the room in the corner. And so we had a bit of a laugh and a giggle, and the reason why I spoke to him about it was that I've noticed the dogs, when his door is open, will look into his room. Not bark, but just looking in. And Zane says, I've noticed that my door is open. I says, well, I'm not opening it. But so we've noticed that the dogs are going into his room because the door has become open anyway, because one of the dogs stole his chocolates one day, and that's why I brought the subject up. I said, you've got to be careful. Then he told me about the figure in his room. We had a bit of a laugh. We both went to bed, and then we had the experience where my son rang me, and I was lying in bed, and he was telling me he was locked in the garage. So the door into the garage is only lockable on the inside, not when you're in the garage. So I had to get up and physically unlock the door in order to get him out of the garage. He said he physically heard, he actually heard the lock click just before he went, just as he reached to sort of exit the garage after getting himself a Coke from the fridge. So we were both sort of had a bit of a laugh about that, but we both acknowledged that we hear things, mostly. Most of it is little taps, or something's dropping. The other day I was here in the house on my own at night, and I thought I could hear someone brushing their teeth. The physical act of brushing their teeth, not with an electric toothbrush. It was with an ordinary toothbrush, but I could hear that noise. And I thought, okay.
Fairly distinctive noise. Isn't it?
I thought, no, I'm not going anywhere. So I heard that. About a week and a half ago, I was in the kitchen and I could smell cigarette smoke. It was quite distinctive. I don't smoke, my son doesn't smoke. There's no friends of his smoke. Neighbours don't smoke. But I could smell cigarette smoke, very strong in the kitchen. So I thought, oh, okay, right. And then the other night, as I was saying to you before, when I came home, I just drove into the garage and I heard a male voice. And I puzzled because my son's car wasn't outside the house, but I heard a distinct male voice, sort of youngish. That's why I thought it was my son. And when I turned the key off, I heard the voice again. My dogs were barking, so I thought, oh, that's my son talking to my dogs or saying something to the dogs. As I was coming home, when I entered the house, the dogs are normally sitting waiting for me, but they weren't. They were standing in the middle of the lounge, and one of them was pointing in that direction towards the hallway and barking. Yeah, he was easily distracted, and they both greeted me, and it was all over with. But that's something that was very, very distinctive. It was a male voice I heard.
Have you ever had any experiences in any of the other houses you've lived in before this?
No. My son and I lived at a house in Redwood Park for 10, 11 years. I don't think so. Nothing for me.
So you would say that these things have only really started since you've moved in here?
Correct, yeah.
Do you know much of the history of this house and anything that may have gone on here before you got here?
I strongly suspect the house has been a rental for a long time. Judging by the fact that not a lot have been updated for a long time, and by talking to the real estate agent. But when I talked to my neighbours on this side, they said the last tenants used to smoke weed.
Right.
And they used to sit in the auditorium there smoking weed a lot. So
is that the type of cigarettes or that smoke that you smell, or just normal
weed is a different smell. Differently. But
very distinctive.
Very distinctive. So they're very pleased that we're here because we don't do any of that kind of stuff. But so that's the only thing that I know about this house.
Do you get the feeling that whatever might be here is in any way antagonistic, or does it seem to just be curious, or do you get a bad feeling about it? Or
no, I personally don't. I don't get a bad feeling. I'd like to know what it is, if anything, but I don't get a bad feeling like demonic or scary or evil. To me, it feels masculine, and to me, it feels almost, I wouldn't quite say playful, but I wonder if that's kind of something like that.
Sure. Does there seem to be any uptick in the activity when there's you on your own, or when your son is here with you? Does it seem to change? Do you think it might be attracted to either one of you?
It's a good question, actually. I do hear more stuff when... just trying to think. When he's here, do I hear the banging? Yeah, the banging. Maybe I'm more acutely aware of it because I'm on my own.
Sure.
Whereas with my sons here, I don't sort of...
A bit more relaxed.
A bit more relaxed about it. It's a good question.
When he's here on his own, does he experience much in the way of activity?
I have asked him, does he still notice like the figure or the dark thing in his room? And he says, Mum, I just ignore it. I just close my eyes and I ignore it. So I try not to think about it. But,
so there might be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, the other night, he heard the same thing as me. So we've had a cat that we had for 7 years, and he's gone missing. And I honestly thought I heard him a week ago come in, and he makes a very distinctive noise to announce that he's home. And I was lying in my bed and I thought I heard him, and I just laid there thinking, well, was I hearing things? And then I thought I'll just wait to see if he calls out again. The cat called out again, my cat called out again. So I leapt up out of bed, ran outside, calling him. When I saw my son the next morning and described what had happened, he said, Mum, that happened to me the previous week, exactly the same thing. But our cat is still missing.
Okay, I'm sure. Have you ever had this type of activity ever before in your life,
yes.
when you were younger?
Yeah.
Do you think it might be you know, your ability or your empathy with spirit that might have attracted, or even your son's empathy or abilities, maybe latent or otherwise?
Yeah, I think my son's a little bit sensitive. I do.
Yeah.
But certainly myself, as a child, I was sensitive about things,
Sure.
aware. I could actually see spirit, and I know I suppressed a lot of that because it was very scary. We used to live in my great-grandmother's house. This is New Zealand, we come from New Zealand. And we actually bought their house, my family did, when I was young, about 12 or 13 years old. And so we lived in that house until I was about 18, 19, 20 years old, somewhere around there. And I was visiting one day and in one of the rooms, and there was distinctive activity that I could hear, very distinctive knocking just above me.
Okay.
And it happened 3 nights in a row. And so we had that investigated, and it was definitely from the person who investigated it. She identified that it was actually our great-grandmother who actually owned the house, and that they were just being playful.
Sure.
But it was very distinctive. So yes, I have experienced activity on and off all throughout my life.
What about your son? Can you ever recall him experiencing things?
I think so. Yes. Yeah. He's when he was a child, he used to say the odd thing. Yeah. I saw something. Mum, I'm not quite sure. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Well, thanks once again for allowing us into your beautiful home too. I'm tromping around with strange cameras and things, so hopefully we can come up with something for you. Hopefully we don't stir them up a bit too much too, because obviously these things can get stirred up a little bit by interest in them, so we'll try and be as nice as possible to them.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks very much, Harry. Okay, so Chris, you've been doing a bit of a sweep with the
so
K2 meter?
I've been getting a bit of K2 meter action here. As you can see, that's going off there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's because we've got the Wi-Fi here.
Okay, so
But now that's not going on. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so if you get to walk around the walls, just like a quick sweep of all the walls, just have a look, see what we get. Obviously that'd be the television and the Wi-Fi, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There. About this walk here. No.
Well,
A bit there. Okay, what about over the side? We'll just.
yeah, it's going off there. There's definitely something in here.
So you've got a K2 meter there.
Yeah.
We've got a REM pod there.
Ghost ball.
Cat ball there. And that looks like a cat toy there. Okay. I'll just show you where else we've got stuff. We've got night vision camera here. Pauline's set up her laser grid ball just there, and also down the hallway here we have a selection of other equipment. We've got a cat ball, we've got a static field box there, the ghost response box there, then we've got several other bits and pieces, including a Grim pod at the end there, which is a REM pod type of a machine. Now, Shari also said that she was experiencing tapping noises in the bedroom there from the roof. I also felt that there was something trying to emerge from this door that we're looking at now. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, it's a very interesting vibe in this house.
On a USB or plug it into power.
So your son gave you this ball, Pauline?
Yeah, and it actually puts like around like dots all over the wall. So if spirit or anything walks through it, you can see the shape of it.
Okay.
Because it actually
Like a grid, a laser
yeah,
grid?
yeah, like a laser grid.
Okay, that's
Right.
cool.
So yeah, so he gave it to me for Mother's Day. But he just said you just turn it on here,
Cool.
and you can have a blue light if you want to as well. But you turn that off, and it's just like a grid, or like in a circle. So if spirit walks through, you can't see the dots.
Okay, that's
So it's really intriguing.
excellent.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll have to find somewhere for that too.
Yeah. It actually does work on a power pack because I did try that at home. So you don't have to have power, you can just plug it into a power pack
Okay.
and it actually works.
It's always good to have new and different
Yes.
pieces of equipment. Okay. So Chris is going to do a necrophonic, so if you want to just ask a few questions of the spirit as we're walking around. But the K2 is going off a bit.
Yeah.
So, are there any spirits you would like to come talk with us tonight?
To the spirit that resides in this house, why are you here?
Homicide. That's what it says.
K2 meter's going off too.
Weirdo.
How many spirits are in this house?
Go away.
We're here with the utmost respect. We just want to find out your story and ask why you reside in this house.
So who's the spirit who taps on the roof, on the ceiling? Can you tell us your name?
Jim.
Jim. Is your name Jim?
Real.
So Jim, are you happy to talk with us tonight? My name's Phil,
And I'm Chris.
and we have Pauline here with Shari as well.
Can you communicate with us through this device in my hand, please?
Do you think this is a game? It kind of probably looks like a game because we've got lots of toys here. So any of these devices you see on the floor or in our hands, you can move. You want us to leave? We just got here.
How old are you, Jim?
Right. What if we said we weren't going to leave right away? Would that upset you?
It's got chills. End it.
It just said leave, and I said you want us to leave, and it said right.
And it said end it. Why do you want us to end it? I'm getting full on body chills. Go.
So you're not very happy about us all being here. Why is that, Jim?
Leave.
It's continuously saying leave, go away.
Oh,
So
God.
you're obviously not happy with us being here. We just want to talk to
Pauline,
you.
come here. There's like full on body chills I'm getting. Can you feel anything?
Yeah, as soon as I walk in.
Yeah. It's like,
Shari would just like to know why you're here and why you're affecting her and her son, making noises in the night.
Can I go in your room?
We don't mean you any harm. We just want to talk to you, communicate.
yes.
So you would like to talk to us?
Not. F you.
Really? So you seem to be quite a nasty person. Can you confirm that your name is Jim? Are we talking to Jim? We don't mean you any harm. I hope you don't mean us any harm.
Definitely a really cold breeze coming from there. I hear you. Is it just you in this house, Jim?
Or are there any other spirits here?
Are you attached to anything in this house?
shot?
Were you shot here? Do you know how old the house is?
It was built in 1992, 93.
Okay.
See, if anybody was died in the house legally, they have to say something to the person that buys it. So nobody said
but
anything to
This is a
you.
rental, I think.
I think it's been a rental for a long time.
A rental.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't tell me that someone committed suicide in my house.
Yeah.
It's really creepy.
Jim, were you shot? Or was someone, other spirit here in this house, were you shot? Either in the house or outside of the house at some point, but you've returned here? Can you confirm that? I know you might have returned back to the house that you've lived in. That's quite a common thing to do, so just let us know if that's what you've done.
Can you tell us how old you are? Jim, again.
Jim, I think we can say olds.
How old are you, Jim? Old.
Are you attached to someone in the house? Are you attached to Shari? Are you attached to her son?
Michelle.
I got that he was 45.
45.
I
Are you
got
45?
It's ended up saying 30 as well. Is there more than one spirit here? Is there Jim and somebody else? We would just like to communicate with you, Jim, and whoever else is here. We don't mean you any harm. We don't mean you any disrespect. And Shari would just like to know why you're here. Conversation, that's correct. We just want to have a conversation. Traumatic? So that's sound traumatic. So what had happened to you, was that traumatic? What? Disease. So did you die of a disease, Jim? Or were you shot?
Shot.
Where were you shot, Jim? Were you shot in this house or somewhere outside of this house? Outside of this property?
Out.
So why are you here, Jim? Are you here just to remain in the house? Or do you like hanging around Shari and her family?
Why did you lock Shari's son in the garage?
Was that you, Jim? Did you do that?
Did you? It's like, did you? Sounded like, yep. Why did you lock him in the garage? Did you think it was funny? Yes.
So you thought it was funny. So are you a bit of a prankster, Jim? Do you like playing pranks on people?
Yes.
Phonics says yes. So you're not here to harm anyone, you just want to play jokes on people? So you're not here to scare people, you just want to hang around? Is there anyone else in this house besides you, Jim? Are there any other spirits who are here?
Three, it sounded like 3.
So there may be 3 spirits here?
Are you attached to this house?
Lauren. Is there a Lauren here with you, Jim? No spirit. So are we talking about something that's not a spirit? Are we talking about something darker than that?
I'm here. Stopping.
Thanks for talking with us, Jim, and whoever else was there. We're just going to stop for a brief moment. I saw you down near the end of the hallway, poking your head out of that room next to the bedroom. Follow me? I don't think so. Once we leave this house, you will be staying somewhere, hopefully not here to disturb Shari and her family. I will tell you my name. Well, that would be good. If you can tell me your name now, that would be fine. What is your name? Use the door. Are you telling me to leave, Jim? You're very insistent that we leave. We'll use the door when we leave, but not right now. Headache 4. What does the 4 mean? Okay, so Jim's being very insistent. Were you in jail, Jim? Were you in jail at some point? Fleetingly. So you only did a little bit of time in jail, Jim? Next to you. Get that. Okay, so we listen. Okay. Well, we listen as well. Songster. How did you know I was a musician? You're very clever, Jim.
We can set you free if you want.
Chris has just set up a few pieces of equipment outside of the bedroom door there.
What was that?
First I saw there was something in the corner that looked like it came out and went back again.
Yeah. Hopefully we caught it on the camera then.
Dark, yeah.
Yep. Just down there.
Yeah.
I felt there was something there.
Yeah, it's hiding up in the bedroom.
It was like,
Your room?
in my mind's eye, I could see it poking its head out.
Just on the door in the corner, something was happening in the corner. Yeah. Up the top there, I saw something dark and that went.
Maybe go down to the bedroom.
Okay.
See.
Oh wow, look at that.
So you were down here somewhere, Jim. This is the door I thought you were hanging around.
You came back.
Yes, we come back.
I actually thought when I first walked in that there was
Wow.
something poking out from the door to there. And this is the entrance to the bedroom. Shari says that she's regularly getting taps on the ceiling.
Catwalk's going off.
Are you down this end of the hallway, Jim? Are you down here with me?
No, it's up here. It's just set the cat wall off in the K2 meters.
I'm just going to stand in a bit more of a central spot.
My name is Edward.
There goes the
Your name is Edward.
K2 meter again.
So are we talking to an Edward now?
Not you.
You don't want to talk to Chris?
Chris.
That's correct. You're talking to Chris? Is there anything you'd like to say to us?
No. That was a little kid's voice that says, no! Sure.
Can you give us your name, please? Can you give us your name?
Jim. Edge. Leave. Don't.
I was treated well.
Thirsty.
So we've established that your name is Jim.
Great.
Feel free to ask any questions you want.
I'm good.
Can you tell us why you're here, Jim? Why are you in this house? Can you tell us why you are hanging around Shari and her family?
Don't do it.
Okay, 2 meters going off in her hand. We still don't really know why you're here.
Gladys.
We know that you may have been shot. You may have been injured in some way. But what does that have to do with this house? Can you tell us why you are here? Shari would like to know why you are here, disturbing her in the night.
House.
Yes, we know it's the house. Is this a house that you were familiar with before you died?
Work.
Is this a house you lived in before you died?
Charlie.
Don't like.
What don't you like? What's that? Static field box. What is it you don't like? Do you like the people being in this house? Is this a house that you're familiar with? Was this your house before you died? Okay, we're going off. Static field box thing going off a bit too. You're not answering my questions now.
Growl.
All of you.
Growl.
All of you.
Growl.
All of you.
You're not answering my questions, Jim. Why is that? You don't want to tell us why you're in this house? That is that is the main reason we are here. We would like to know why you are here. Shari would like to know why you are here. This is her house. She is living in it. She would like to know why you are hanging around. Is there any good reason why you're hanging around, Jim?
You want to go back?
How far back do you want us to go? Were you killed in this house, Jim?
We like to be left alone.
I'm sure you do, but you're disturbing other people now, so that's why we're here to find out why.
No. Capiche?
You must know that we're very insistent. We will keep asking these questions until you give us an answer. You're being very avoiding of our answers, of our questions.
Second.
Second what?
Answer.
Static field box again. Yes, we really haven't got much of an answer from you, Jim, other than you're here and that your name is Jim. You don't really want to tell us why you're here. Is this a house you've been familiar with in a previous...
Not friendly.
You're not friendly or we're not friendly?
I'm getting a really creepy feeling across my back.
Okay. Are you touching Chris? Chris is
Out.
Chris is the lady sitting on the floor. Are you touching her? I don't think she gave you permission.
3.
Emma.
6.
Jasmine.
Push.
You touching that static field
What's
box?
that device?
That is a static field box. Are you touching it? Grandpa's going off.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Phil. Chris is the lady sitting down. We have Pauline and Shari sitting on the couch behind me. Now we've all told you our names. Well, I've told you all of our
She
names.
shouts.
She shouts. Who does somebody shout at you? Who is the person shouting? Dark magic.
Joe.
One of our devices says dark magic. Does that mean anything to you, Jim?
We're still here.
We know that. That's why we're here. Why we're here to talk to you. Would you like us to remove you from this house?
Sorry, there's nothing much coming through.
EVP in private house in Greenwith. To the spirit that's in this house, is there anything you'd like to say to us? You said your name on one of the devices before. Can you tell me what your name is, please? this house?
Somebody moving around.
Do you play tricks on the people that live in this house? Are you attached to the house or the land? Okay.
Yeah. Nothing.
How do you feel about what we've done tonight, Shari?
It's very enlightening, and I really do appreciate learning more about what's going on here. I think it has probably just confirmed what I kind of knew anyway, so it's always nice to get some validation around that.
Yeah.
I do agree that I don't think it is sinister. I think it is a bit of a prankster. It's good to hear that it's not attached to us, it's more the land.
Land,
and the
I
house.
feel in the land.
I feel it's more I feel the land.
Have you ever had any similar feelings outside of the house when you've been at work or anywhere else? It's only ever been here, so that would probably suggest as well
that it's attached.
it's just likes this house.
Yeah.
It's
And-
attached to the land, but it comes inside the house.
Yeah, and as Shari said, she smells cigarette smoke, so it's kind of maybe a former resident or someone who lived nearby.
I'm getting goosebumps again. I'm getting.
So
So I think I kind of think that if doesn't harm me, then I won't antagonise it kind of scenario. But I think if there was any kind of escalation, then
Just let us know and we can come back and cleanse the house for you. Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have my spray.